Here we go. Where do you? Why? Hold on. Why do you want to be famous?
Well, for many reasons. Tell you, when I first was young, I used to want to be an actor.
Okay.
And I was like, I wanted to be an actor. Then I realized how hard it is, and I didn't want to be like one of those people in Hollywood and in Los Angeles that they're like 40, 50 years old and they're still trying to be actors. You know what I'm saying? Then I moved on to singing.
Okay.
And I like singing, but I don't have a very high voice. Like normally for like you don't have to have a high voice to wow someone, but that's always the wow point when someone can sing and they hit that high note. They're like, oh, I've never been that. Because in singing, you got tenors, altos, and sopranos. I've always been kind of like an alto and a tenor. I've never been much of a soprano because it's too high. And maybe with training I could do it. I don't know. But, I'm okay. I don't suck. So I feel like I, could do okay. But if I were to be famous,
right,
I would want to travel and I would like to live the lifestyle I've always wanted. I don't want to, that's a lie. I don't want a mansion, but I do want a big house with tons of rooms.
Wait,
tons of rooms.
Let me ask you something. You got all those rooms, but you only one person. But you need all those rooms.
I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
Because I'm going to be adopting people.
Oh, man. So you
or children.
Jolie, okay. All right. Good.
I'm going to be better than Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
And I'm also going to help out people who are homeless to get their life back on track. Because if you hear some of these people in the streets, they're really smart, talented, and then just sometimes rock bottom happens. And, it's hard to start back up when you have nobody to support you. But if these people have someone there to support them and kind of get their life on track, they can do it. It's only a matter of getting that chance, and I want to give that chance to people. If I were famous, those are the things that I would do. Aside from what I do now, I already help as it is, but I just want to help a wider range of people.
Right.
And, I work a full-time job, and I'm totally grateful of it because they pay decent. I get paid good money. And I'm happy for that,
I know how that is.
What?
I feel you. I work a full-time job as well, and I get paid pretty decently myself. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's hard to work a full-time job, and then me trying to go to school now. And then I also, because the program that I'm in now is the Guardian Ad Litem.
Okay.
And what I do is I represent the child's best interest in the court.
Okay.
So if a child has been abused, neglected, or in harm, they get taken out by CPI, Child Protective Investigators, and they get placed into foster care and foster homes until they figure out what they're going to do. If they're going to go back to the parents or the home. I go and I investigate. I find out everything about the kid there is to know. So if there's past domestic violence history, I present that to the court, and I tell the judge, I don't think I don't think it's in the child's best interest to go back home because of such and such. The judge makes a decision solely based on what I do, because I gather all the information. And I work with the caseworker to, give that information as well. So I do something great, and I'm helping out kids who've been in foster care and stuff like that, because I've been there myself, and I know what it's like. And I didn't have a voice, so I just want to be that voice to people. Like I said, if I were to be famous, I can do all these things. My full-time job would be helping people. That's what I want to do. I want to motivate. I want to inspire. I want to touch people's hearts. I want to make people happy because I'm happy. And it's so easy to do. It's just people, if they took their time and met the right people, and it's easy to accomplish despite your past. This is one thing I always say. Mm-hmm. You can use your past experience as an excuse to failure or as a motivation to success. Boom. And we know we've been in high school, and we know how many people use their excuse as to why they smoke, why they don't go to school, why they do this. It's always an excuse for the bad stuff. They never got an excuse for something good. You know, it's just silly. You know, all their excuses are like, are you really, you're going to smoke because you have no parents? That's a horrible excuse. That's a horrible excuse. I had no parents. I don't smoke. You know, nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. Or cocaine or whatever. Or skipping school or just doing bad stuff in general. They just use their past. Oh, I didn't have a daddy and I didn't have a mom and I lived in the streets. I could live in the streets tomorrow and I ain't going to be doing all the stuff you doing. But, you know, it's a matter of knowing the right people and just hearing the right words. Because because some, you know what happens is there's people, they think, oh, you don't know what my life is like. You know, you don't know nothing what I've been through. Which in some situations you can understand. But same, like, you know my story. If I would have never told you, at least I think you know my story. If I would have never told you, you would have never thought it happened, because that's what everybody says. All that stuff happening, you still happy? Yeah, I am. As long as I'm alive, that's always good news to me. That's as good as it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? There's always struggle in life. Life is not perfect. But, you know, at least if I was famous and I had enough money to fix and build and do more things to help out people, that's what I want to do. That's why I was like, I'm tied up between counselor, motivational speaker, or social worker. And these are underpaying jobs, but you know, they're for a good cause. But, you know, it just really all depends. So, what do you got to say? What do you got to say?
Oh, man, what do I have to say? What I have to say is this is why I love talking to this girl, guys. She is also...
Oh, I forgot you was recording. I forgot.
So I'm going to keep recording. But, like I said, that's why I love talking to Victoria Castillo. I mean, you see how motivating she is? I bet you guys just feel like running through a wall right now after hearing her speak, because I'm pretty sure she motivated you to do it. Like I said, she cares genuinely about people, and that's what I care about. So I definitely share that heart. It's great to see. It definitely is great to see. And obviously you can see she has $1 million smile. You know, she got everything going on for her. So, and she got the heart behind it. So I'm pretty sure she'll get where she needs to go. And I can't wait for the people who are impacted. So, y'all people out there waiting to be impacted by Victoria Castillo, y'all waiting. She coming for you. Don't worry, she coming for you.
I got a website.
She got a website. Tell the people what your website is.
All right. I forgot it was recording. It's so awkward. Well, you can honestly just Google Victoria Castillo Poetry, and it shows up. Like, literally, I'm the first one that shows up.
Yep.
On Google. But you can go to victoriacastillopoetry.com, and that's my website. I try to update it occasionally, but it's kind of hard to keep up sometimes. But it's got some stuff on there, and poems and things like that are really neat. There's one poem that I wrote called Monster.
Okay.
Because I work with the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay. So that's another organization that I work with. It's 211, if you ever heard of 211. And I like it. Not as much as the Guardian ad litem, but I still like it because when people go through a crisis, like there's a suicide line or there's an emergency, and I get to talk to that person, try to calm them down and you know, back to gravity. And there's the poem called Monster, and it's because the program taught me about domestic violence. It's stuff that people don't really talk about, and I don't like just the thought of anybody being abused. And as I was promoting this event called Take Back the Night, which I got all this stuff got rid of. Take Back the Night. It was a night where everybody who's been a victim of domestic violence or whatever gets a chance to stand up, and they express their feelings, and they teach statistics. Like, statistically, every 10 seconds in the U.S., there's a woman that's being domestically abused, or someone. So they shared all this information that was really good to know. And in the process of me, going around and saying, hey, everybody come out, even if you've been a victim, or if you don't, or maybe you know somebody, it's just to get, well aware of what's going on, and it kind of prevent these things, and, just to know that it's out there, and if there's anybody who how you can help them. And I ended up meeting someone who was my landlord, and she told me that she was a victim for 10 years. And I was like, whoa, that's horrible. And the things that she told me just gave me chills. Like, this guy knew she was allergic to seafood, and he purposely put shrimp all over her face just to see her swell up. He broke numerous parts of her body. Just because she wore lipstick, he made her put lipstick all over her face and walk through the mall like that just to embarrass her, because she says that she shouldn't be looking good or anything. And she said that she was always ugly, to always, to never leave her hair down. And it's a very controlling thing. And like I said, that's part of what, if I had the money, I could do all these things that I want to. But there's just so many people, and these things, a lot of these domestic violence go unreported, and it's sad because it's a mind game. Domestic violence it's a mind trick. It's all about control. It's about people wanting taking control over someone else, and it's sad and it's horrible. And so when she told me everything, it just sank to me. It was just like eating me up. I said I had to write about it. I had to write it. And I'm just going to read it real quick because I had it pulled up over here. But it's called Monster, and this is based on, my landlord, and kind of dedicated it to her because she's a stronger woman now. And it just really inspired me, just made me want to talk more about it and help out people who've been victim of this type of abuse. We're put on this world to love each other, not to hurt each other. But okay, it says, I couldn't believe how happy I became. Love and kisses was all I exclaimed. But later on, I noticed a sudden shift. Unfortunately, the signs I failed to miss. Slowly, you began turning into a stranger. I began to fear when I saw the danger. Who is this monster? I began questioning, but hits and fists were the only thing replying. I began turning to what you wanted me to be. I only looked where you wanted me to see. I can't remember the hours you made me enjoy, but I can remember the years of every part of me you destroyed. Monsters aren't always in closets or under the bed. They're right in front of you, looking ahead. To leave and escape, I continuously decided, but you always crashed in and my plans collided. I get one life and you took most of it all. I won't let you get exactly what you want. I will stand my grounds and defend myself. I'm not taking anything from anybody else. It's my life, and I'll live it as desired. My freedom and my joy I will soon acquire. I will fight and not back down until I conquer. I will not lose the battle against this monster. Not anymore. And that's the poem Monster. And like I said, I wrote it based on the things that she told me, and I love writing, and normally if someone tells me a story and I feel it or anything at all, I like to write about it. It's like if I were in their shoes. I'm very emotional, I guess, but it's something that people need to know. And the poem is pretty much the cycle of domestic violence. There's the honeymoon phase, you got the violence stage, you got, when it became aggressive, because when it all started, everything was perfect. Then it started shifting into, why you're getting kind of mad, and then it turned into a fist and turning into that monster. And then it goes back into kind of like the honeymoon phase, and they try to apologize and try to make everything okay. But in this poem, she ends that cycle, and she says, I will not back down, and she's not going to lose the battle against this monster, not anymore. And that's what I thought was very neat about it. So.
There we go. Absolutely. And I definitely, from you reading that, and I'm pretty sure our viewers that are watching right now, all three of them, realized that they felt what you were saying, and your story was compelling, and I liked it. I really do. Like I said, I love talking to you. I'm gonna reiterate that again. I love talking to you. You're an inspiring, motivating person, and I'm pretty sure anyone else who's come in contact with you is motivated, and they're probably doing great things right now. So, you definitely have to.
Yeah, definitely. Just take a look at it from time to time. Like, I have some stuff on draft. I just haven't had time to finish it and post it, but it's always neat to just take a look around. So, feel free to.
Well, definitely. Well, in conclusion to this great interview, is there anything else you'd like to say to these fans that are watching?
Interview.
No, wait. Is there something about Victoria Castillo that we should know about? Something embarrassing that we should know about Victoria?
Embarrassing?
Something embarrassing. So, go ahead and give us something. What's something we should know about Victoria that would embarrass her?
I don't know about embarrassing, but I speak Spanish.
Oh, no. Victoria Castillo speaking Spanish? I never would have guessed. Anyway, tell me.
I mean, you got Spanish people who don't speak Spanish, so.
Yeah, they're what we call embarrassing. Anyway, now, tell us where you're from.
Born in Jersey, raised in Dominican Republic and Florida.
Okay.
I moved like every year, so it was between the two.
Okay. All right, now I'm gonna put you on the spot. You ready? Oh yeah.
What?
I'll put you on the spot. She seems scared. What you scared about? Relax.
I don't know. I'm just like you. I don't know what's.
Relax.
You make me sound like when I'm getting a shot, like when I'm getting my blood drawn out, because it's like relax, and then I get all nervous. It's okay, relax, and I still get nervous.
I'll put you on the spot. All right. Jennifer Lopez or Shakira?
Shakira.
All right. Awesome. Got him. I mean, that's what my choice would have been. Anyway, does anything else you guys would like to say?
Is that what you have to put on the spot?
So that's putting on the spot. What? You wanted something else?
I don't know. The way you made it sound was like, put you on the spot. I'm like, oh crap. I thought you were going to bring back something in high school or something. But anyway.
I could have. You don't want me to do that. But you don't want me to do that. I get into some relationship games going on over here. Anyway, like I said, so let's conclude this interview. Thank you, Victoria, for your insight.
Thank you for the time.
No problem.
And thank you all.
And then, it is 3:19 a.m. in the morning, so I'm putting an end to this whole interview, but I will stay on here. But thank you, Victoria Castillo, again, for your great insight. It's been wonderful speaking to you. Yes, I'm pretty sure someone...
You're welcome.
...to be at the other end of that kiss. Anyway, thank you, and we'll see what goes on, all right? And hope to talk to you again.
Alrighty, nice talking to you.